feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared, just level up, don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared, just level up, don't be scared. Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared, just level up, don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared, just level up, don't be scared. love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Step up. Don't be scared. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes.
The king of the north.
G'day guys, welcome to the first episode of NRL with the King. I'm Chris G, aka the King of the North, and I'll be taking you through some NRL this week. We're going to be looking at the games that we've just watched on the weekend, some of the highlights, and we'll do the ladder, and we'll do the tips for this weekend's round. So HFD have decided to go out on a limb, and we've got a big following of NRL supporters. So we've got the NRL first episode. So I hope you enjoy, and yeah, we'll get started. I'm here with
The king of the north.
I'm here with our good man Chris C. He's helping me out in the background tonight. So yeah, let's get into it and have a look at the games from last week. So first of all, we had the Titans Gold Coast versus Cronulla, and the Cronulla Sharks did very well, and it was a good win for the Cronulla Sharks. During the game, the Titans started out quite well. They scored the first goal in the first try in the first 14 minutes of the game, and they were looking good. But soon after, the Sharks came back with a try in the 24th minute, and then just before half time as well. So they took the lead at half time with 2 tries to 1, and it was looking like a pretty even contest. In the just after half time, they kicked away again, and Nico Hines got a try, and the Sharks went ahead. And then soon after that, only 8 minutes later, the Sharks kicked again, got another try. They went away. We're thinking that the Sharks are pretty much going to clean up with this game, but the Titans decided to come back. So Lockie Miller, after a bomb, there was a bomb around the 53rd minute, and the Sharks, Lockie Neal got the ball and went for a 70-metre run down the field to score again, and that pretty much wrapped it up for the Sharks. In the last 10 minutes of the game, the Titans come back with a couple of quick tries and got it back to 18 points. So the final score for this game was the Sharks 25 and the Titans 18. So yeah, that was a pretty good game, pretty close game. Sharks are looking good this year, and yeah, that was a good one. Just g'day chat. I'm just having a look at the chat, and welcome Divine, and hope all is well. Johnny G, how you going? And we're just going through the games at the moment. And yeah, we're just having a bit of a look at the weekend's games to see how our teams went in the NRL. And yeah, so that was the Sharks win. Our next game that we had was the South Sydney Rabbitohs, which is Chris C's favourite team, and they went up against the Canberra Raiders. And this sort of started pretty good for the Raiders. They started off with 3 quick tries, and in the 4th minute, the 14th minute, and then again in the 20th minute, went to an 18-0 lead at half time. And it was looking pretty good for Canberra at half time, and the Rabbitohs were just struggling. So I don't know what they're doing this year, Chris, but I think the Rabbitohs are going to struggle a bit this year. And the Canberra Raiders went in at half time very, very strong. There was a great try just at the end of the first half for the Canberra Raiders, and like a big team try, and that was really impressive. They've gone to half time and come out in the second half, and 5 minutes later they've gone in again. So Souths were in all sorts of trouble at 24-0. And yeah, so we thought it was all over for the Rabbitohs and a clean sweep, but they've come back with a try in the 50th minute, and then they were back on the board. So we thought they were going to come back, but wasn't to be. Canberra went in again shortly after, and then just to finish up the evening for the Rabbitohs, they went in for a try in the corner. In the 70th minute, and that was it for the Rabbitohs. But a very convincing win by Canberra, and Canberra looking very good this year. Final score was Canberra 32 and the Rabbitohs 12. So it was quite a flogging, which isn't bad in my books. But yeah, for the Rabbitohs supporters, they wouldn't be happy with that one. So. See you soon, Divine. Raiders are cheats. What are you talking about, Chris Christopoulos? What's going on there? Yeah, the bunnies. So then we had our next game of the weekend was the Roosters, which was my team, Sydney Roosters versus the Panthers. And to be honest, if you're a Roosters fan, you expect the boys to go very nicely every week. But unfortunately, we were up against a very, very good and very young Panthers side, Penrith Panthers, and they did a very similar job to what Canberra did to South on us. And Penrith went in for the first 3 tries, and went to an 18-0 lead at half time. They went in to score right on half time, which isn't great for us, but yeah, it wasn't looking good. So and they've come out in the second half. The Roosters are on the attack, and this massive hit by one of the big Panthers got rid of the ball, and they've sprinted 80 metres to score again. So we were in all sorts of trouble. It was very slim pickings for the Roosters, I'm afraid, and yeah, that was they managed to score a try in the 60th minute and in the second half. So it was a long time coming, and yeah, that was a try to the Roosters, and then Penrith have just come back and slammed us again with some sensational play, some really good went down the wing, down the back line play, and went over in the corner again to score. And then as they went into the score, Jared Hayne, our front row forward, elbowed one of the Panthers as he went into goal, and it was a 8-point try. So that wasn't good for us either. But yeah, he got and he also got sent to the bin for 10 minutes as well for a professional foul. So that wasn't a great night for the Roosters. And then finally, in the last 4 minutes of the game, the Roosters went in for a try, but all too late. And it was just a big win for the Penrith Panthers. So final score for that was 32, Penrith 32, and the Roosters 12. So not a great evening for me, that's for sure. But well done the Penny Panthers. And yeah, that's a very good Porter Hess. Johnny G is giving Chris Christopoulos a bit of a hard time in here. That's unfortunate, but there we go. Where are all the NRL fans? That's a very good question, Chris Christopoulos. So yeah, we'll just keep on plowing on. You should be upset because yeah, they did okay. He's making you cry. That's no good.
You want the ladder, man?
Hey.
No.
So yeah, so yeah, just wanted to let everybody know that we've got some really good merchandise that we're looking at. The HFD T-shirts, the polos, the different items that we've got. We've got the hats, the mugs. We've got the Father Jim mug. And I was hoping Father Jim would be able to pop into the chat tonight, maybe bless the first show, but he's missing in action again, Father Jim. So anyway, I'll still buy your mug, Jim, but yeah, get your hoodie, your cap, t-shirts, all super merchandise. It's going to be cold this winter, so yeah, jump on in and get your merchandise. Don't forget to, yeah, have you seen Father Jim? 1-800, where is Father Jim? So, yeah, hopefully he'll make an appearance tonight. So that'll be good. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we're looking to get to 800 subscribers. We cracked it for 700 the other week, and yeah, on and upwards. So on towards 1,000. So yeah, we'll get there as well. Our next game that we had on the weekend was one of my least favourite teams, Melbourne Storm, and the Queensland Cowboys. And this was a demolition job on Melbourne Storm, which I'm really happy to hear about. So so that was good. And from the dropout, the Cowboys went on the attack. So they scored in the 10th, the 20th, 32nd minute in the first half. They were leading, and then the Storm scored just on half time, and they were leading 12-6 at half time. And then they've gone in for their break at half time, and the coaches said some miracle words to the Cowboys and said, get on with it, boys. And the Cowboys have come out and absolutely dominated in the second half. So they've scored 4 unanswered tries in the 5th, the 7th, and the 10th minute of the second half, and then another one in about 15 minutes later. So 4 straight tries for the Cowboys, just a really really strong performance by the Cowboys. They're looking really good this year, and they're going to be hard to beat all season. So, g'day Silk Nuts, how you going? And welcome to the chat. I don't think we've seen Silk Nuts before, have we, Chrissy? Don't know. So, and Donnie Mackery's in the house. Welcome, Donnie. Up the pair, go the pair here. We've got another Port Adelaide supporter in here, so yeah, you might get a bit of abuse, Donnie. So just be watching that. So all good. But yeah, final score for the Cowboys was Cowboys 36 and the Storm 6. So good work to the Cowboys and sucked into Melbourne Storm, I say. So that was a good one. Our next game was the Dragons versus the Warriors, and the Dragons have been struggling over the years, the last couple of years, and with coaches and players, and yeah, just really not going great. The Warriors have just spent years and years just struggling as well. They should be a really top side, but yeah, this was the clash of the bottom end of the table. So it was a good start by St George. They scored the first try in the first 5 minutes, and it was just poor defence by the Warriors. And but the Warriors struck back and scored the next 2 tries, which was good. And then we had a bit of poor defence from the Dragons. So yeah, it was a bit poor defence all round, really, on both sides. Then the Dragons went in again, so they've evened it up for just near half time. But then the Warriors went in again, so they took the lead at half time, which was good. And yeah, we're in for a good second half. It was a nice, tight game, and then there wasn't much happening until sort of halfway through the first half, or the second half, when the Warriors went in again. And then the Dragons finished off with 2 tries in the 60th minute and the last 10 minutes of the game. They've scored, and St George got away with the victory, and it was 24-18. And yeah, that was pretty tight game, pretty close game. So that was good, and all good. What's the best bet? It's sick nuts. Sorry, mate. Sick nuts. All right. What did I say? Dean Coker. Oh, there we go. So yeah, all good. So thanks for popping in, boys, and catching my first episode. That's good. What's the best bet? Oh, I haven't got to the best bet yet. I'm just we're talking about last week. He's a bit ahead of himself, so that's all good. So the next game is probably the game of the round, and this is the rivalry of the 2 great teams of the 70s and 80s, and it was Parramatta versus Manly. And in Sydney, if you don't follow Manly, then you hate Manly. And that's how it's always been. If you're following everybody else, then you're hating Manly. So we all hate Manly, which is good. And yeah, this was a cracking game of football, this one. So yeah, so Manly went in for with a great backline try. Really good defence. They went through and scored the first try. And then we had an absolute cracking try from Parramatta. So anybody who's old enough to remember back in the 80s or back in the late 70s, early 80s, when Parramatta were at their absolute best and they had the best backline for years and years and years and won premierships, Parramatta showed the old class of the old days and scored a absolute cracker of a try. But not long after that, Manly come back and scored again. And not long, about just at the end of the first half, Parramatta's come back again and gone down the wing and scored again. So we've been even at half time. The only little problem was there was a professional foul, and one of the Parramatta players got sent to the sin bin for a professional foul and holding the player back off the ball. So that was he was sent to the bin for 10 minutes. So Parramatta was down for a little bit of time there, and then it was Manly again. So Manly have got themselves together, and they've scored the next 2 tries, which was good. So it was even Steven right the way through the game. Just really good quality football, and just really good classy football from both sides. When Parramatta then went in for a try, Tom Travojevic, who is probably the best Manly player that Manly's seen in a good number of years, went in for a tackle and done his shoulder in the goal line, and has dislocated his shoulder. So he got taken off after the Parramatta try. That was pretty much it for that. After Manly don't really go as well without him in the side. So Parra's got Manly put a spear tackle on one of the Parramatta players just near goal. They got the penalty and then went in for a try near the end. So that was that, and then we got to 20 all at when it hit full time, and the siren went. It was 20 all, and Mitchell Moses had to kick the goal to win the game for Parramatta from the sideline, and he's kicked it, and they've won 22-20. So that was a big win by Parramatta and a really good game. So a bit of a classic, that one. So we've got 2 games to go, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and help us get to 800 subscribers, and support our channel. And hope you're enjoying the NRL presentation we've got. Just looking back at the games from last week, we'll have a look at the NRL ladder, and we'll do the tips for next week, and give Nuts the best bet of the week. So that'll be good. So the next game was a bit of a cracker. A couple of teams which are struggling down the bottom end of the ladder. We had West Tigers and the Canterbury Bulldogs, and unfortunately Canterbury haven't been going that well over the last couple of years, and they're struggling with players and coaches and things like that. So that was we didn't know what we were going to expect out of this game, and we just don't know whether the Bulldogs are going to come out and play and put on a really good performance, or get themselves flogged. So that's what you sort of got to look at for the Bulldogs. But it was all the Tigers in the first half. The Tigers started out; they scored 4 tries in the first 40 minutes, and at half time they were leading 18-0. So by the look of that, it was looking like the Bulldogs were in for quite a hard, long night. But just in the 45th minute, the Bulldogs got a sin bin for a professional foul, and the Bulldogs scored their first try. That got them going, and they scored the next 2 tries as well. So they were getting back into the game. It was 24-18, so it was looking pretty good. And then the Tigers, after another sin bin for a spear tackle. So this was the second game with a spear tackle and another player on report. Tigers went in for another 2 tries. So they were pretty much cleaned it up. And then a late try from the Bulldogs, which got them back a little bit, but it was all too late. And then the Tigers just finished them off in the end, and went in for another try right at the death. And it's the Tigers' 3rd win for the season, so they've been struggling themselves to really get going. But yeah, they did well this game, and the final score was the Tigers 36 and the Bulldogs 22. So let's see how the Tigers go next week. And then our final game of the round last week was the Newcastle Knights versus the Broncos, and the Broncos have normally got the wood on the Knights, and the Knights well of late, but and it was going to seem to be the same scenario again. But the Knights started out well. They scored the first try, and then the Brisbane Broncos got their act together and went in for the next two tries. So so that was good, and there was a penalty goal taken after one of the Brisbane players get their legs taken out after they'd kicked the ball. So that was a penalty try, so penalty kick. So that was that, and Brisbane had the lead at halftime. The Knights then went in for another great try. It was a great backline try, and great team try. And then unfortunately Brisbane got it together and scored. The next try was like playing touch footy, so they didn't get a hand put on them by Newcastle, which was defence is pretty bad. And then they've finished off the last two tries as well. So the last, just near full time, they took an intercept pass from Brisbane, and Brisbane ran away with the last try. And the final score for this game was Brisbane 36 and the Newcastle Knights 12. So yeah, not a bad round of footy. A few blowouts, but a couple of really cracking games as well. So yeah, all good. But yeah, we'll see how we're up to round 11, so we're going into round 12, and so far we're looking good. So yeah, we might have a bit of a quick look at the table, and bring that up and see how we're going there. It's up on the table. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. Whoop. All right, so we've got the Panthers on top with looking very good now. Now they were up the top last year. They were great. They're a great side. So they've got a young side. They've been around for years, and they've played together. They played schoolboy football together, and they've come up through the ranks. And now they've got most of their mates who they went to school with and played footy with together playing NRL. So they're a powerhouse out there in Penrith. We've got the Melbourne Storm sitting second. They're always around about, and yeah, they just keep on producing talent out at the Melbourne Storm, even though we all, don't like them in Sydney. But yeah, now I'm down in Melbourne, I still don't like them. But there we go. We'll see how they go this year. They're going to be up and about. The Cowboys, after the weekend's performance, look like a really class act, so they're doing really well. The Sharks and the Broncos. Then we've got the Eels. Eels are going really well. They did really well last year, so they'll go well again this year. The Roosters sitting around 7th, and the Rabbitohs sitting in 8th place. So yeah, the Roosters and the Rabbitohs just have to get a bit of form back, a few players back as well, and they'll give the top 8 a bit of a nudge again this year. So yeah, we'll just have to look at the bottom half of the table as well. So yeah. It's up. Here we go. Just about to pop up. I'll have a look. Well, it's a bit delayed. That's okay. Okay, so then we've got the Raiders sitting in 9th place. So yeah, after the weekend performance, Ricky Stewart's doing a really good job bringing the Raiders up. They've struggled a bit at the beginning of the year, but they're working their way up. I think they'll be in the 8. Manly Sea Eagles at 10 with their Manly's top hit striker out. Manly's gonna struggle now with Tom out of the side, so they may struggle for the rest of the year now because it's a season-ending injury with a dislocated shoulder. And then we've got St George, the Warriors, the Titans, and the West Tigers, and the Knights and the Bulldogs in last place. Don't know who's going to take the wooden spoon this year, whether it's going to be the Knights or the Bulldogs or West Tigers. I think West Tigers will win a few more games, but yeah, we'll just have to see how we go. But yeah, that's the ladder, and we're doing really well. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at next week's games. So we'll do some tips for next week, and what are we? Matches.
The king in the north.
There we go. Let's have a look. We'll bring that up and see next week finals. Okay. All right. So next week, round 12. So on Friday night, we've got a pretty good contest, but I think this could be a bit of a bloodbath because it's the Melbourne Storm versus the Sea Eagles, and with Tom Trbojevic out, I think that the Melbourne Storm may do a demolition job on Manly, to be honest. And if you wanted to best bets these nuts, then I would say Melbourne is certainties, but they're not going to pay very much. But yeah, I think the Storm will do that. Our next game is Panthers and Cowboys, and this is going to be a cracker, this game. So it's at Penrith Panthers Stadium on Friday night, and I don't know who's going to win this. The Panthers, the Cowboys are going to have to travel from North Queensland, so that's a disadvantage. So I'm leaning towards the Panthers, but possibly the Cowboys could have an upset there down at Penrith Panthers. So if you want to put a few dollars on the long shots, then I'd say the Cowboys might be that one. And then our next match is Friday night, another Friday night game at 7:55. It's the Broncos versus Titans. So that's a Brisbane derby up there. The Gold Coast Titans versus the Brisbane Broncos. I think the Brisbane Broncos will be too good for the Titans, and yeah, I think they'll get away with the Chockies. But yeah, we'll see how the Titans go. But I think they just haven't got I don't think they're going well enough to do that this week. The next game, Saturday games. We've got 3 Saturday games, and our first game is the Warriors versus the Knights. And I think on last week's form, the Warriors went okay, but I think the Knights might hold them out. So yeah, I'll tip the Knights there for that one. The next Saturday game is the Rabbitohs versus the West Tigers. So the Rabbitohs really need a win, and they need to get away with this one. The West Tigers are going pretty good though, so it's not going to be easy for the Rabbitohs. But I'll tip one for Chris C on this one and go the Rabbitohs against the West Tigers. The next game is down at Shark Park on Saturday night. The Sharks versus Roosters, and I either tip with my heart and tip the Roosters, or I go for the Sharks. So I'm going to stick with the Roosters because I have to. But yeah, the Sharks will be a hard team to beat at home. So the Roosters will have to be right on to get that one. And then our final game of this weekend is on Sunday at 2 p.m. and it's at the Bulldogs' home ground, which I think is the stadium at Homebush. So it's the Bulldogs versus the Dragons, and The Bulldogs are sitting at the bottom of the table. The Dragons are not far above them. I'll go Bulldogs at home, but with not much confidence. If the Dragons play well and they're in okay form, they'll knock over the Bulldogs, but it could be anybody's game. So yeah, that's our tips for this week, and yeah, and I think that might be the end of our first NRL show for our first episode. So I hope you've enjoyed, and let me know in the comments whether you like the show, what I can add to the show, what else would you like to see, and yeah, just roll King of the North.
The King in the North!
That's the best. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the channel, like our comments, make comments when you're in the chat, and don't forget to hit the notification button, and help to get us to 800 subscribers. So take care, and all the best from the King of the North.